Hello everybody, it's the Groupeteer and I'm back again with another Steven Universe vlog. And today's episode is Greg, the babysitter. And in this episode, Steven asks Greg why he's working at the car wash. And Greg tells him that way back 15 years ago, I think it was 15, sometime like that, Greg was just, pretty much being a bum, living on Vidalia's couch and all that fun stuff because when he wasn't waiting around to hang out with Rose, he didn't do anything. He didn't have any money, so he just kind of sat around and did nothing all day and waited for Rose. So one day, he decided to grow up and go get out, find a job. But that didn't happen yet. So anyway, he's pretty much bumming around on Vidalia's couch. Vidalia, obviously being Sour Cream's mom, not Onion's mom, just Sour Cream. But being, no, she's Onion's mom too. Just Marty isn't Sour Cream's dad. Wait, I just confused myself. Okay, you know who Vidalia is. Anyway, so Vidalia is leaving one day to go to her first day at work, and when her babysitter cancels, she needs Greg to be Sour Cream's babysitter for the day. So Greg and Sour Cream, they go to the beach and they meet up with Rose, and when Greg leaves to hear something, to get his guitar for something, Rose and Sour Cream run off and they go to the Funland amusement park. And Sour Cream's, on top of the, what do you call it? He's on top of the Ferris wheel. He's riding around on the Ferris wheel. So Greg's got to go up, get him, but when, he's too high on the Ferris wheel, Rose tries to make the Ferris wheel work, but then it just keeps going around and around even faster, making the video quality of my video right now super duper laggy. And they fly off into the air. Rose catches them. Everybody's safe, but Greg finds out that he's not too much different than a baby. He pretty much needs somebody to wash his clothes, being Vidalia. Pretty much gets food, doesn't have to pay for it, from Vidalia's house. He's practically a baby, and especially without a job, he's just like a baby. So he decides it's time to grow up. So he goes out, he goes to the local car wash. It's a wash, being the one that he obviously still works at. And, there's a help wanted sign. He goes to work there, and he still works there today. Side note, I thought he owned the car wash. Did he not own the car wash? Does he own it now, or does somebody else own it? Because, obviously, back then, he didn't own it. He just went in for a job. It already existed. But does he own it now? I thought he owned it now. I thought it's been said that he owns it. I guess he got, a higher-ranking position until he owned it. Maybe. Am I missing something? Please tell me in the comments, because I'm actually interested to know. Anyway, I really like this episode. I'd say this is the most we've seen Rose be just, Rose, just be herself. And I really like that. I really like episodes where characters just be themselves. Store for Steven's a great episode. It's Rose, but that's kind of just Rose in an introductory role. We Need to Talk is a really good episode too. But that's sort of Rose being sort of like they're having a conversation. This is just what I guess Rose in its purest form. This is just Rose hanging out with her boyfriend, just having fun and stuff, observing the world, and I really like episodes like that. Rose, this all-powerful leader that, the entire show sees her as this goddess, which she is, still doesn't, in this episode says she doesn't understand, for a long time, she didn't even understand the concept of, how a little babbling baby can grow up to be someone like Greg, who's, can talk, can walk, and all that kind of stuff. She doesn't understand growing up because gems don't grow up. They're born with a cause. That's it. They're devoted to that cause. That's a really interesting concept because human Griffin, human Griffin would just be like, oh yeah, that's the way it goes. But no, in gem world, it's different. It's interesting. Besides that, I just really like seeing Rose in that kind of role. Again, I still don't really understand the thing with Greg, though. That's really hurting me because I swear he owns the shop. He probably does own the car wash shop. But then why did he get the position of owner somehow? Is that even a thing you can do? I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure he's the only one that works there. And in the flashback, you don't see anybody else working there, but there's still a help wanted sign, so it can be assumed that, somebody's wants help. But alright, I digress. I really like Sour Cream little baby sour cream in this episode is really funny. He's just like chill and it's hilarious. And Vidalia is really funny too. I never really liked Vidalia too much. You know, I've told you guys that before. But in this episode, I really like that she's less of like the old sage mom and more of the new I hate everything mom, which is all moms that are new. You don't believe me? Go ask a mom who just had a child. That's exactly how it works. Yeah, but I really found that interesting that they went with the mom who hates everything approach. My mom hates everything. My mom hates me. So I can relate to something like that. But besides that, really not too much to talk about in this episode, except for the fact that I really, really like Rose in this episode. You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate hearing it, but I don't think Rose has been fleshed out too much. And we know how she got introduced to Greg. We know how her and Greg, kind of just had we need to talk discussion. But this is sort of like that fill in the blanks to see what she's like. Like I said, just pure Rose sort of thing. I just really like, when a show does that at all. When it just shows the normal life of either a godlike figure or a normal life figure. You see what their life is like when they're not, in these monumental occasions of their life. So outside of that, not much else I can say. Really good episode. Alright, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.